Welcome, Carm REALLY, the Service Aftermarket's podcast pioneer with the gold standard of aftermarket business podcasts. Join me for Aftermarket Insights as we advance the aftermarket. And as always, know that you'll learn just one thing. Find us on your favorite podcast listening app and remarkableresults.biz or on my YouTube channel. Hey everybody, it's Carm, Vision 2024. I have no idea what the hell I'm doing in this room with all these people and all these chicken wings, but we're the Buffalo experts, right, Trace?
Yes, that's where chicken wings were invented, was Buffalo, New York.
The Anchor Bar, right? Frank and Teresa Bellisimio at the Anchor Bar, eaten there a lot of times, but of course there's all kinds of great wing places all over the place. And for I think 3 or 4 years now, as the Bills have always played Kansas City in a very tight, almost divisional playoff, we've always reached out to Sherry Hamilton from Milwaukee and, of course, Vision, and said, "Are you up for the challenge again?" And, of course, she says yes because she knows she's going to win. And, of course, we lost again this year, so we sent Sherry the bucket of wings. We sent them from where this time?
Lenova.
Yeah, they're one of the unbelievably best in town. And we saw Sherry when we got here. And she goes, "No, we're having them this week. Once everything calms down." We were just too much going on to literally stop and sit and have a wing party at headquarters. So they're going to eat them this week. So who came up with this crazy? Oh, it was Mr. Fanslow who came up with this crazy idea. I stole it. He said, "Let's do some wings."
Like hot ones, right, Matt?
Yes. Just like hot ones on YouTube. Although we don't have 10 varying levels of hot wings.
We have 4. 3? Oh, we have a mild, which is what we're going to try right now, and then there's some
3 or 4 total.
What are they? What's the hottest one called?
Mild to death.
Mild to death.
It's a quick step.
Yeah, and it seems like it goes from mild to painful very quickly.
So this is not a cooking show, everyone. I just want to let you know this is an eating show.
Yes.
And somewhere along the line, my job is to ask you questions while you're eating. And to the point where maybe somebody just can't answer.
Not just, how is it? How does it taste?
And this is from Grinders in Kansas City. So I found them online. They're supposedly known for the
app?
Food Network. What? No.
Digging in, Carm?
I'm digging.
All right, let's do it.
All right, what's everyone's favorite wing? Do you like a flat or the drum?
Free.
I prefer a drum myself.
Now we have other people here. If you want to come in and reach over and take a wing.
So this is a wimpy.
Yeah, this is wimpy. This must be mild, right?
Mm-hmm. I don't see a lot of sauce on it.
Were there napkins?
That's what I was hoping. I thought we were going to have a little bit of a warm up before we go to what's next, molten or near death.
If anyone needs blue cheese, there's blue cheese there because, of course, molten. We're from Buffalo, so we're not doing ranch.
Yeah, blue cheese, the only way to go.
What do you think of them compared to buffalo wings?
I'm not impressed yet.
I think the skin is a little rubbery.
Yeah.
I like it crispier, where you bite into it and it kind of hurts.
We had them delivered here, so they could have been crispy and then steamed on the way and lost the crispiness.
That's true, and the order took a while to get here. There was some confusion. So they may have been sitting a little bit, but they're not too cold.
Customer expectations in our industry. Your car will be done at 4. Don't have it ready at 6. The wings will be there at 11:30. They come at
12:15.
Yeah, 12:15. So, okay, we'll live with that.
They're okay. I don't even consider them mild, really. They seem more plain.
I mean, yeah, they got, black pepper on them?
I feel like it has a little spice on the back end, but as it sits there, but not a whole lot.
I'm with people, and sometimes I watch them eat wings, and the only thing left is a bone.
I ate the bone.
Do you?
Oh my God! At first I was like, wait, he actually did.
I was concerned.
Matt Fanslow was actually a lab.
That's why your teeth are so sharp.
Yeah.
Amazing.
They used to be.
You like drums or flats? What's your favorite?
Oh, probably drums.
Really? Yeah.
Really? I don't know.
Does anybody spend time to take some of the extra fat off the wing?
How do you even do that?
Yeah, I do that. I'll just go out
Well,
and
you pick at stuff like bacon. You pick at bacon a little bit.
I'm particular about that
I
with
think
chicken
that's like a
breast, but I've never
sin.
done that with chicken wings.
But maybe I'll show you an example of a flat where you can see that entire edge of fat there. I'll bite it off and I'll put it on my plate. I mean, why should I? I want the chicken. I want the flavor, but I don't want to ingest the fat.
Understandable.
Am I right?
Very health conscious, I can see that.
Oh no!
you
you can tell.
You might have a new diet there. You know what, guys? The reason of your obesity is you're eating that little strip of fat there. You bite that off and spit it on your plate.
Over how many years that I've been doing that? Huh?
You
Huh?
definitely never make it on the keto diet or Atkins.
Oh my God, you're right. And I did that. It was called Atkins in '99.
Yep.
99, I did that.
I did that
And
about 10 years ago.
You did?
Yeah, I was about 230 pounds. Now I'm down to 155, 160 is where I stay now. But it's mostly just stick with that rule of don't drink your carbs. And so
Don't drink your carbs?
that after I got off the Atkins diet, after I lost the weight, that's the only rule that I kept and implemented afterwards was don't drink your carbs.
Yeah.
You know, you can eat your carbs, but
Yeah.
drinking your carbs is a waste.
So no beer.
No beer. I'm not a drinker anyways, but I used to drink a lot of regular sodas. So switching over to non-carb, no sugar sodas.
Yeah.
Helped me. So
It's the nectar of the gods right there.
The nectar of the gods.
I'm going to take a flat.
Yeah, I think it's a real Midwest thing. You go outside of the Midwest, it's hard to find Diet Mountain Dew.
Yeah, that's definitely a regional thing.
What? Martin Dew's everywhere.
Diet Mountain Dew.
Oh, diet?
It's
Oh.
rough to find.
Whoa.
Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, prevalent.
smallest one in there.
I did.
And which one is this? This is supposed to be the hot?
This is molten, so I think it's their version of hot. Now
Okay.
the color
It
looks
looks-
better; it's more red.
It just
so
looks like red pepper.
Into
flake.
my camera, you see that top edge? See, if it was crispier, that thing would have come right off.
yeah, these aren't very crispy.
No, they're not. I like crispy.
Grinders is getting torched on this podcast.
And they were late.
They might never financially recover from this. Yeah.
But no, maybe they're a little undercooked. I would say.
I'll say that.
I mean, these definitely seem. Now it's a different hot. No, this is their version of what they call, buffalo wings. But to me, it seems like they're just putting a lot of spice on it,
Yeah.
as opposed to in buffalo, the sauce is like a thicker red sauce, and that's where the heat comes from. Then like spice.
Well, I think the big
Sorry.
thing here in Kansas City is like this has like rub on it, because they're like using barbecue.
Oh, you're
stuff.
right.
Versus real buffalo wings that like most people eat is like you just fry the chicken as is and then it's all in the sauce.
Sauce.
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't
all
get
in
any
the
real
sauce.
heat on this.
Yeah, I don't hardly have any heat on this
But
either.
it's more
Similar to the first
spicy.
one, like, where
It's
there was
spicy.
Well,
that
yeah,
aftertaste.
species.
To me, it almost tastes like there's just more black pepper than the other one.
Right.
That's really all it is.
Can we call Grinders and get them on there as another member of the podcast so we can be like, all right, defend yourself.
It's one of
What's
those.
the recipe?
It's one of those. You're killing me.
Yeah.
These are molten.
Yeah, I thought you said
Those are molten, so this.
These
they're-
were molten.
Yeah.
I think that. Trust me.
Was
These
it
had.
M-O or M-A?
These had to be the mild.
No, the other
We're
one
all
was
gonna
mild.
get a phone call from the hot ones guy.
Yeah,
I'll show you what hot
but
is.
but look at it. I mean, they could have switched the
All right, so
tops,
there's
right?
some sort of heat on there because like later on it's like, all right, you can taste something.
Yeah.
I'm not bashful to taste the top one.
Oh, you're just gonna skip it? You're just going to
No,
sauce,
the
right?
point of it
Your
is,
mom has no
I-
more
I-
patience with it. Just give
but
it
I
all
thought
his
that
blood.
I thought I was going to stop here.
Me too.
And I wasn't
really
going to
did
go
think
any further, and I was going to watch you guys die.
Well, I'm kind of wondering how fast this is going to ramp up because these weren't too bad, and we were told that the last ones we should be wearing rubber gloves.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
Do not touch your eyes when you touch the sauce, the chicken wings.
No
you
warm-up,
might
if
go
that's the
blind.
case.
So
And
Matt,
they said that they don't
I'm gonna
sell it to
watch
under
you.
anyone 18.
yeah,
But then I said, can I order them? Yes. I'm like, okay.
they didn't
So,
even. Yeah.
Yeah, if
so
I
she
get,
looks so old, Tracy. There she's like, well, clearly she's definitely 48 or so.
just aged well,
Yeah.
if I
apparently.
get the hiccups, then it was probably pretty hot, but that's about it.
I want you all who listen to Hunt's show to realize the sarcasm he has when he's off of his show.
Yes. hmm
He's a really funny guy.
You call them hunt whispers. You like it, hunt whispers.
I said if the sponsors wouldn't push back on it, we should release an unedited version. So, yeah.
We should. In fact, it's a perfect time. It's a perfect time to talk about the work that Tracy Is it you that does the work, or is it Anthony who does all the work on his?
I mean, both
Yeah,
combo.
we both, yeah. And the really cool thing about Hunt is he'll say, "Hey, Tracy, I'm really sorry about this. Listen, I got to go back and do this and put this at the end."
Or a
And
lot of swearing words. A lot of swearing words, which you don't realize that because you see
No.
on
So you
Sweet
guys
Face.
edit those out.
and it sounds like music when we're done.
Yeah, exactly. Lots of people are like, "Oh, it looks like." I'm like, "Well, you got to realize that like there's stuff chopped out there, there's stuff sped up,
Yeah.
or even sometimes you get to it, or I'm like, yeah, I'm not sure. I kind of got stuck in a circle there. You can probably cut out about half of what I said there, and it'll probably make sense."
Most of the time it starts with, "Oh, my kids. Could you hear my kids upstairs? Or my kids were on my microphone. They changed all the settings. Oh, my daughter's had a birthday, a sleepover. Oh, I'm tired."
Yeah, I came down there and I was like, "What are you guys doing?" And I look in there and they have like my podcast all set up. Somehow, like, and this is how tech savvy they are. So she's 8. They somehow got the YouTube on the TV with the, oh, there you go. They got YouTube on the TV with like the actual lyrics, and they were singing karaoke using all my podcast stuff. So I went in there to like, and I was like, you know what? I don't really care. You can't really break it, probably, right? Famous last words. So I went to record on it, and like, I couldn't hear anything that was so loud. I was like, who messed with all these settings on here? I'm like, oh, yeah, the Taylor Swift Karaoke Club probably did that.
Maybe. What?
John, could you close the door for us? I think there's just a little bit of a noise level out there that I think is going to...
All right, should we try near death?
Yeah, I think we should.
Go for it.
And as we eat this one, we'll tell you the behind the scenes of Matt's podcast.
There's not much to tell.
There's a squeak and a spring noise.
Sometimes.
When I first saw Matt podcast, I think I'll do a drum this time. Oh, my fingers. Never mind. Matt has this you've seen it, the rocker chair.
Yeah. The all-in-one unit.
He's got the microphone hooked to the armrest.
Thank you here in a
And
minute.
so if Matt moves, the microphone moves right with him. And then when he moves, you'll hear the spring noise. You'll hear a spring noise. And I think part of it's microphone, part of it's the rocker, I think.
I don't think the glider rocker makes much noise. I think it's all the microphone boom. But I
It's the
have
microphone boom
rubber bands around that.
to tighten them up. Yeah.
So
All right. Well,
this is the first time I'm hearing about this. So
no,
I'll
I
address it.
the last time I just,
WD-40 everywhere.
Yeah.
yeah, I got to figure that out. But every once in a while I hear that. So these are called what?
Near death.
Near death.
They look exactly the same, though, as the
They all
other
do look
two.
kind of similar.
I am not going to jump in this one until you guys start drooling or watering
So
your
it's
eyes.
got some habanero sauce on. I can taste the habanero.
That's it?
Kind of that sharp. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot, this is anticlimactic.
No, I think
We
we're just
thought-
not prepared for what that last one is.
We thought we were going to have near-death experience
Yeah, they
here.
oversold it for sure.
Well, your tolerance should be going up as you're eating hotter and hotter wings. So you started out relatively mild black pepper. Maybe the next one was red pepper or kind of a sweeter chili pepper. And then this, it just tastes like it's got that habanero stuff on there.
Yeah.
So
I honestly thought the last one was maybe a little spicier.
It's the aftertaste. Like once you stop, you're like, it's not bad. It's like kind of spicy.
Yeah.
I think the listeners just want to see us rub our eyes. You know, we just have to turn.
They want to see Matt cry. I mean, everyone does.
I don't want to see that back.
thank you.
Yeah, as with most spices, I think as soon as you stop eating, that's when you start to feel it. But even then, it's not terrible.
It's just got a little bit more heat in the back of my throat.
I was really concerned. I thought they was going to be a lot hotter. And I'm like, what are we going to do when there's dead air for 20 minutes?
That's why they have the video.
Yeah.
We just watch us cry.
Yeah.
It's not running down your mouth. Your
Trying to
nose.
figure out what to do.
Watch us all share the Diet Mountain Dew.
Yeah. Eat the napkins or
Just a sip.
can I get some water, ice cream,
Yeah, we
drink in the blue cheese?
I was about to say, I was like, yeah.
we planned poorly for having something to drink to back us up here.
We need milk, right?
Oh,
That's a myth.
Oh, milk.
That's a myth.
Is it a myth? Why is it a myth?
Because nothing really helps.
Nothing.
No, it's not like your mouth's actually burning. It's just telling the pain receptors you are.
What about Pepto-Bismol? Will that work?
No.
I've heard
Time.
if you swish like olive oil in your mouth, it neutralizes it. I've
I think
heard
it's
that. I've never
Oh.
tried it.
You're like, oh man.
I love olive oil, but I don't think I can do a shot of it.
Well,
I do every morning.
That's the Atkins diet.
Is it extra virgin?
Absolutely. From
Just
Italy,
checking.
the
Yeah.
real deal. Otherwise, there is some stuff from California I particularly like. It's got a little bit of a bite, kind of peppery.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
peppery
but it's,
olive oil.
You know, you're getting a big dose of monosaturated fat. That's good.
Yeah, it's good fat.
Yeah, better than the polysaturated or saturated.
What is your favorite kind of fat?
Chicken. That little strip.
My mom told me not to.
He follows.
Tracy, what are these?
Oh, these
This
are.
is it.
This is it.
This is it.
This
Oh, Carm. Much crispier.
Very-
This is
yeah.
the
Oh.
crispiest one we've had yet.
These are the ones we're supposed to wear gloves
Very
for.
little sauce.
Yes.
Very little sauce. I'll say that right off the bat.
Do I dare? I'm going to wait. I'm waiting. I don't want to lose my voice.
The manager, okay?
Don't want to lose my voice.
So it's more of that other stuff.
Darn it.
What?
Oh, that's spicy.
Oh, is it?
Spicier than the other ones, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a very good flavor though.
Oh, it tastes like
It does not taste
Oh.
good.
Terrible.
We're not going to publish this.
Who wants to do a Google
It's
review?
not ghost pepper. It's
That's what they said it was.
Oh.
Ghost pepper.
That is hot.
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
say
that is hot.
It's hot.
That'll hit you after a second.
Yeah, it's hot, but it's not very. The flavor's not very good.
Hot needs water.
Stop on that one.
I think water might make it worse.
We got-
usually ghost pepper gets you further back, but
Okay.
it's almost like it's more the habanero.
Where's the olive oil?
Oh yeah.
We planned poorly for the potential problems here.
No, the scale that we just
Hey,
had
guys,
was
come
like
on over
1,
and have some of
1.5,
these.
1.5 to 10.
Do we have water?
Okay, Edgar or Ron, get up and let John come in, and we're going to give John these wings.
You can have it. I'll tap out. Glad.
Yeah.
He needs to work his way up.
Give him a new plate.
My eyes are watering.
Thanks, Ron, for being here. John Long is with us. Edgar Rias is here. Matt Fanslow, Hunt Demarest. It's hot for you, huh? Okay.
It's hot.
And look at this guy here.
Hunt, are
Here.
you okay?
I'm not like
Oh, he's
I'm
tearing.
a
You really
curse on
are.
live air, but yeah, I'm not really a big fan of spice. Well, I
Wow.
do like spicy, but I'm not that.
All right.
Yeah.
Just let me. Just,
Here, Jack,
I'll just go straight for the jugular. Yeah.
Oh my God, really? All
Yeah,
right.
it
That might be rough.
That might be rough.
Yeah, I think you need to work up into it.
Ah, what the
I'm
heck?
not sure there was any sort of scale there. That was 0 to 1,000.
Yeah, there's a basket right near you.
All right.
I mean, it's definitely,
See, but
it's
I don't like
spicy.
this now because all the eyes are on me because I'm the only one that has
Did you try it? Did you try
No,
it?
Even that bad.
It's spicy, like it's sitting
That's
on
all
my
you
tongue,
got?
like spicy.
I shouldn't have eaten that whole wing.
It's really
I can't even tell you how good that was.
Was
the
that
heat
even
is
spicy?
really all on the tongue, right?
Yeah, it's hot.
My tongue is just numb.
Nothing in the back.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
Did
it.
you try one?
It's got some heat, but it's. I
You
mean,
wanna
unless
take a
it's going to get me here in a second, but it's.
You only need a little bit.
You'll get a little bit more, but I don't know. It's tolerable.
I know how
Yeah,
to
it's just
mask.
on my tongue.
I know how to mask it.
My
with
nose is
my-
Oh, yeah, there it
now,
is.
though. I like it.
right here.
There it is.
Clearing the
Oh, I
sinus.
see the eyes.
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah.
I put blue cheese on it. That'll. No, it won't.
Great man, Carm.
There was no scaling up. It is.
No, that's the
It was
funniest
like
part.
this, and it just went.
You know what we gotta do? We gotta take
Well,
this.
that's why I decided.
We gotta take this video. And we gotta do steam coming out of our ears.
We thought it would be the scaling like that from the very first one to the second one would be this big
Right, a jump.
ramp up. But I would say the first three were
Very similar.
cakewalk.
Oh yeah.
And then
These
this
are
one-
definitely crispier.
Yeah.
They're definitely, the skin is crispier, and that's why I like the skin to be super crispy instead of that layer of like just, I don't know, soft.
When I go and order wings in Buffalo, I ask them for either crispy or well,
Yeah.
because I like crunch.
And then
Yeah.
cut the crust off.
And then I pull.
Yeah.
I pull the
Want
flat.
another one, Matt?
The fat strip.
They taste like crap.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they're.
There is
See,
not.
originally when you had said, let's do a wing challenge, I wanted to bring buffalo wings down here, but I couldn't figure that out.
So these
Yeah,
are
that
more
would
of a
be cool.
dry rub wing. Like even
Right.
those ones,
Yeah,
those are
they're
just-
really
There's
dry.
no sauce on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, really dry.
Yeah, I mean, and to me, that's the beauty of a buffalo
I'm
wing.
more of a wet rub,
Is
yeah.
that I mean, they're drenching. There's this restaurant in Buffalo, this chain,
Hooters?
in OP.
Duff's.
Yeah, yeah,
Duff's.
yeah. It's called Duff's. And I do not like Duff's unless they've changed.
Really?
But they'll give you a bowl, if you will, of wings, and it's swimming.
Where it's like
It-
actually the bottom of it is
Yeah.
like submerged. In.
And I would rather have the wings, the rub that ultimately dries on it. I mean, it's there, it's wet, but it's not saturated. It's not like you're dipping it into a
And
sauce.
Duff's has hot wings, so their scale is suicidal.
Yeah.
Is the ultimate one, and those are really. It's more like it's your whole, like you were saying, Matt. Like it's your whole mouth and throat
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
these-
is just the lips and my tongue, and that's it.
Yeah, right, like on the front end too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's more annoying than.
It's not going away.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's not going away. It's not going away.
It's not going away.
Mine's gone pretty much now. To me, it just melted off. Well, you know, like you eat something really spicy and then you get some air across it and you can really tell.
Do me a favor, don't go out on the expo floor and do.
I did it at the Shopware booth. It wasn't.
In what was I going to talk about? Wings in Buffalo.
This is why we do this.
Yes, exactly right. And this is why we have editors. What's he going to talk about? Buffalo wing. Oh, Anchor Bar, the originator, has a restaurant right in the Buffalo airport,
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
and it's usually always packed because people want to try it. They actually started the franchise, the Anchor Bar, the family.
Yeah, I think there was one. There was one a little bit for opened up down by us, and then it closed down.
You know,
Because they sell like
Really?
sauces in the stores. Yeah.
and you know, Buffalo Wild Wings,
Oh.
we've seen them come and go in different shopping malls in Buffalo. They just don't make it.
Terrible.
I've
They're
never had
so
them.
terrible.
Oh,
They're
okay.
rubber.
How do you screw up with a chicken wing? I mean, the chicken gives its life, and here's his wing. Everybody has his wing. And how do you make rubber or crispy or good? It's the process. It goes back to the process of what they want to serve. Hi, we're going to open up a restaurant and we're going to sell rubber wings. Huh?
Could
Why
be because
they-
you're drinking water.
You think that's what it is? I can't get
I think
it.
wings are kind of like pizza, though.
Yeah.
It's very hard to make a bad
I'm
piece of
learning so
pizza,
much
but it's also very hard to make a good piece of pizza. You know, like most are in the middle. It's kind of like wings. Like
Yeah,
most
mine's
are like,
starting to
yeah,
go
those are
away
wings,
now.
those are all right. But then to have a really good
It's
one.
starting to go away.
Yeah.
After you sat
Yeah.
down,
You're right.
And
click
we're,
with your
we're
bite,
used to the
mine was
good ones.
starting to dissipate.
Yeah, mine's starting
Yeah.
to fade. But I'm not
Where you
having
going?
another bite because the taste is terrible.
You're going to have some? Oh, recovering
Do you
vegan?
want to try one?
Yeah, come on. Come on,
Sarah,
Sarah.
you can definitely
Sarah.
handle. You can
Sarah.
definitely handle the hot one.
No, put Sarah here. Sarah, you sit here. Yeah, come on. Give her some stuff.
A recovering vegan.
I'm recovering. Yeah, I was vegan for 6 years, and I've been eating meat again for probably about 6 or 7 months.
Wow. What's your
So
favorite meat again?
brisket.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
That's a good way to get back in.
So the
Yeah,
thing
here's
about-
1,000 right there, too.
The thing about
She's
this
gonna say
though
veal.
That's a good
is I
choice.
struggle eating meat off of the bone. So like we'll buy a rotisserie chicken. My husband will take all the meat off of it and I can eat it. But if you hand me like this is going to be a struggle. I want the near death. I don't want death.
You can handle death.
No, I
Did
don't
you
want
go
death. I
vegan?
saw him cry.
Did you go vegan for the dietary portion or the animal cruelty more?
It was more about my health and sustainability reasons, and so I still eat pretty heavily plant based, but traveling it's hard. It was
Yep.
really really hard, and yeah, I felt a lot better when I was doing it. I would like to be more that direction again. Oh my gosh, how do you eat this?
Do you have a preference on drums or flats?
No, because I don't eat off the
Okay.
bone.
Well, I have a fourth. Here, no, take it off.
No, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it.
All right.
I'm gonna do it.
Now, do
Those are
you?
edible too, according to
This
that.
does have some sauce on it though. It's not
It's
as
not.
dry as
It's
I
not
thought you guys
sauce.
were
It's
making.
just I don't know what it is.
It's not sauce.
It's like Kansas City sauce.
one, right?
The near death.
The near death. Okay.
Or she thinks she
Yeah,
did.
there's not much there.
There's some spice there, guys.
If you're going from carrots to that.
These guys are lying to you.
I'm going back to lettuce and tomato.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that's the thing. So since not being vegan, I really can't do dairy. My body just doesn't like it anymore. And I used to be able to eat really hot food, and now spicy food seems to just be way spicier than it used to be. So I don't think I could handle that. I mean, this is decent. It's got some heat, but
Oh, well, then you would, really enjoy the death.
I feel like it's gone on my tongue now. It's gone.
Mine's almost
Yeah.
gone.
It's more just now I feel like my nose is running, but
Yeah, that's
yeah.
It is.
Everyone comes out, we're like, yeah.
No, we weren't doing anything in there.
just make sure you do this.
Yeah.
Allison, where's my hanky?
you ate that other one?
Yeah, only a little bit. I took a little bit of the.
I've been up
Yeah.
since 3 in
That's
the morning.
hot.
Yeah.
So you don't want to try the death?
I don't think no.
Just
This
lick
this
it.
one right here.
Yeah, it's in that one if you want
Just
to.
like a
Well,
lollipop.
I don't want to like take a whole one because I'm only gonna.
How many
right?
licks
Are you
does
gonna
it take
eat
to
that?
get the center of a chicken leg?
I chew my fork too. You can handle it, I think.
Can I
So
do just
pretty
like
impressive.
the?
Yeah.
My
if
middle
I eat just
daughter
the chicken,
actually
you-
got to
oh, yeah,
the middle
this
of
is
it
crispy.
Tootsie Pop.
Do a little bit,
It
little
was
tiny. Yep,
It
just
was
that.
disgusting, but I'm like, throw that away at this point.
I'm scared.
Do it. There she goes.
Yeah, there she goes. All right.
That's
Put some
hot.
blue cheese on it, baby.
So the topic of this,
Oh my God.
this episode is peer pressure.
I can't do dairy. My water bottle's over there somewhere.
It's mayonnaise.
you were supposed to do water.
Yeah, I
And
just
fermented
learned you're not
blue.
supposed to drink water.
It's
It makes
white.
it worse.
It's like a white.
is that-
Oh,
It's
it's right.
proving
It's right
to
there.
be
Sorry.
true since I stopped drinking water. It's
Yeah,
gone away.
I had the 2 sips of
The
my
water's
water
gonna make
and
it worse?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
will.
will.
It'll let it linger the much
Just
longer.
That's
put-
rule number 1.
just
Don't
gonna
drink
go
The
back
water.
to
water
this
just
one.
kind of washes all of it down everywhere.
Just
Yeah.
give it a few minutes.
Tomorrow you'll remember this.
I will.
Well, she'll remember it later.
Like I look back to the mild. Where's that one?
That
too
is
late.
That's the mild. No, this was near death,
It's
wasn't
right
it?
there.
Oh.
That one, the dark ones.
No. I do not believe you.
I think. Is this the?
Yeah, that's the one.
That's-
My
the
tongue is like-
The other 3 taste virtually identical.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
So there's not like a cool down wing here.
No.
They're all hot.
Well,
blue cheese is the cool
Yeah.
Time will be the cool down.
yes.
There's no cool down.
I want to throw someone under the bus. So I was invited to have wings today. Like, hey, you want to have wings tomorrow at lunch? I'm like, yeah, that's good. And then when I show up and I hear something about near death and you got to wear gloves, and I was like, this is not what I signed up for. This is not why
You
I'm
do this
here.
every day. If you work on cars, you wear gloves near death.
And so,
Is it that much different than like taking a wing with some brake clean on your hand and also getting that too? You know, it's the same kind of spice in the
Some-
back of your
some
tongue.
020.
Yeah, exactly.
this man's a service advisor manager, right?
Well, he used to
Yeah.
wrench.
Oh yeah, you did the
Right.
wrench.
Yes.
So here's the thing. I just started to realize that we invited some people to stop by for wings. Typically, you get 10 or a dozen. We've only given them 1 or 2.
I know, I'm not asking for more. I'm good. Thank you. It was very
No, I'm good.
gracious.
I'm
I-
good. Maybe go try and hit the
Yeah.
button.
And the point of this discussion is you're all going to leave hungry.
We
That's
still
actually
got
a
lunch.
perfect idea. You invite people over for wings and you just order really, really spicy ones. Everyone's like, I'm good with 1. Thank you so much.
We want 10.
Yeah.
Come on, everybody.
Carm, my real disappointment here is that you invited me for wings, and as a Wisconsin girl, there's no beer to go with these wings. like, that's what makes the heat
You
go
thought you
away.
were underage.
We get you a fireball from that one dude.
Oh God, no.
Beer would be good.
Beer. You gotta do beer with wings. Do you do that buffalo beer with wings? Is that like a thing?
I'll do like wine.
Wine with buffalo wings?
I mean, it's just wings are
You're
wings.
so classy.
Oh, you know
Tracy.
what? Well, now, like, when I drink pop, it's like a treat. So sometimes pizza will get like pop and be like, oh my gosh, like it's such a treat because I normally don't drink pop anymore.
Okay.
Or
See,
soda.
I think the beer helps with the heat when we eat spicy stuff. Like I feel like that helps.
No. You get enough beer, it doesn't help with the heat. You just don't care.
So who calls it pop? Who calls it soda?
Soda.
Pop.
Soda.
Why do we call it pop?
I don't know. We're the
Because we
North.
got it right.
But a lot of people in Wisconsin call it pop, but
It's
I've always
not-
called
yeah.
it soda.
Pittsburgh is pop. Yeah, there's like a lot of different places that say it incorrectly.
Is it a water fountain or a bubbler?
You can,
Water.
Oh, what?
It's a bubbler.
you go down.
That's a different thing.
I've
bro.
never heard that in my life.
What was? Yeah, what
A
was it?
bubbler. Like a drinking fountain? It's a bubbler.
But there's no bubbles.
But it's a
Never heard that term
Remember
ever.
that. You know what? Sam
Are
Freeman
you
last
sure
night.
someone's not just like playing a really long-term joke on you?
No, the entire state of Wisconsin knows what a bubbler is, I promise.
Do you call a hot tub or a spa?
A hot tub.
Sam Freeman called it a spa. I was like, oh, I've never heard of it like that.
No, I haven't.
Spa?
That's
tub?
where you go and get like
Massage.
No, I think that's someone trying to church up the thing. It's like, dude, you have a hot tub.
Or a
You
whirlpool,
know?
maybe.
Icy. No, jacuzzi. That's
Jacuzzi,
inside.
there we go.
It's a bathtub. That's
Okay.
a bathtub, though.
Okay.
That's my translation.
Interesting.
yes, words have meaning, and we have to get them right.
And my tongue is still on fire. Anybody else?
It'll go
Is it
away.
just
It'll
me?
go away.
It'll go away.
Like everybody else is pretty much gone and done.
It's there. Like,
Allison, come on.
you ready?
Try?
She's like, this looks like
She's
so much
DTF.
fun.
You,
Thank you
I
to our
just,
sponsors.
I just heard something that I think would be a really interesting podcast idea. It's Wings and Wine with Tracy.
Oh.
She'll
Okay.
skip the wings.
Yeah.
Skip the
Bunch of
wings.
ladies.
What kind do you want to start with or
Have you
try?
ever listened to
She
her on a
has to do the
podcast?
death
There's
one
plenty of
because she always
wine
makes fun of me
anyway.
for spicy.
It's true. When I first saw the invite for the wing challenge, I was like, oh, Hunt's not going to do this.
By the way,
But he
how do you
did.
introduce Allison?
Allison, this is the really the brain behind the operation. Allison is my assistant and is the reason why we are here and not at the wrong airport or showing up completely unprepared.
If Hunt's on time and doing his thing,
I feel
There's
a
a reason
mild,
for that.
mild obligation to elaborate that she's DTF, but down to fix.
Yep.
So I really didn't.
I am down to fix.
I understand there could have been a misunderstanding with that, and I just wanted to clear that up.
That's only.
I
in
wonder
your
why
mind.
everybody's being so nice.
Is this your first time on the podcast?
Yeah. Yeah.
right.
I've always been behind the scenes, laughing at Hunt's first reel or whatever it is, like all the cussing. It's
By the way, I love AI Hunt and AI Read.
pretty good.
Those
right?
are really funny.
Yeah. Didn't go quite in the direction of what we were going for, but it ended up its own thing, and we're pretty happy with it. So,
All right, what do you want to start with?
well, Matt says the first three are the same.
Yes.
You just gotta rip the Band-Aid off.
Let's do it.
Jump in.
Is it
Get
this
it,
one?
girl. Yep.
I like the
Right,
drummies.
for the
Do you like wings?
All right, there we go.
I do. I like
Okay.
wings. I like ranch. I don't like blue cheese.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the same.
But I understand that's not what we're doing here.
That was a big bite.
Yeah, that was.
And
That.
that one looked.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
You're gonna
Bye.
pay.
That was a dangerous bite. I can't work.
Oh no, now she's getting cocky. Now
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
Just don't breathe through your mouth.
Hey, that's all of ours. Jesus. Our
You
dude's
gotta
all
switch
gone.
it around
Yeah.
and pass it.
There's
Um,
still some left in it.
Is there an alarm fire here?
It is spicy. I would have expected more from like the spiciest of a range.
Just wait.
I mean, it hurts. It's spicy.
Or was there another higher end?
The death was ultimate.
Okay.
Super. good.
Really?
Wow, Allison, you're handling this like a champ.
I do. I mean, I like spice.
All
but
right.
When you
She's
get
making
to
the
this
rest of us
level,
look like fools.
like you were saying, it takes away from the flavor of the wing. Like it's not enjoyable at this level.
You're doing it for a contest, not because.
That's what frustrates me when people are like, "Oh, it was really good." It's like you couldn't taste anything. Like it's all you can taste is spice.
No. I'd be curious to see how the other ones taste flavor-wise, but I'll get
They're all
there.
the same.
Now I can't
Yeah.
taste
Now you have no
anything.
taste
Yeah.
buds,
Yeah,
so-
yeah, no,
The
that's
first
nothing
one
going
was
on.
nothing, and the next two are okay.
Yeah.
Look, we have a lot of wings left. Let's just keep eating them, okay?
If you like that habanero taste, but that powdery habanero taste, then the third ones were pretty good. Otherwise, I think these were probably the best tasting.
Okay.
These had the best. The last ones had the best like texture with crispiness.
I do like the saucier ones too.
Right.
I think where we're from, it's a lot of.
They don't come off
Not as
saucy.
dry of a rub.
Like this one comes off a little more saucy. Those come
Yeah.
off like soggy.
Right.
My tongue hurts.
Finish, guys. Come on, let's eat them all.
Whew.
Let's eat them all.
You feeling it now?
The death one kind of turned me,
Yeah.
turned me off by.
I definitely feel it.
Yeah.
And those are the super bads,
Yeah.
and then the other
Yeah.
ones. All right, let's finish them up. Come on.
Where's the? Because it doesn't matter.
Yeah. These one. Or which one did you like, Matt? Those ones.
This one.
I don't
Which
want you to leave hungry.
Actually, that
That
one's
one.
kind of similar to that one too.
I think we are regardless. These last couple weeks or not.
I really like habanero, but I don't like that
Are these the?
powdery.
Which one are the?
The fake.
Great.
Yeah.
What's also the powder's different. Like, you got to be careful because the
this the
spice
mild?
levels are so different. Like, when you go to
No,
a
I
Thai
thought I
restaurant,
think this
it's
was
like, do
near
not tell
death,
that spicy.
but it was
No.
a
Their
good
I wanna try
flavor.
that
spicy
mild.
is like,
Oh, good flavor.
again, where
Yeah.
it's like, I like it, but it's like, all right,
Yes.
you ruined the food because
Yep.
I don't like the
all I
flats
can
as much. I
taste
don't mind
is
the
Thai chilies.
just splash over.
I felt like I just got a piece of spice that just went down.
Like Like something was stuck in your
Yeah.
teeth and like, all right, there's another one. No, it's just funny because like they did get like slightly spicier, but then I was like, either this last one's not going to be spicy at all, or it's going to be a rude awakening.
I wonder who can sit there and eat a whole container of those.
Probably Matt.
Yeah, you could probably do it, but then why?
You were going to be paying the price
I
for,
don't think I could do it though.
for 24 hours.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, because after you eat the first one, I mean, are any more going to hurt any worse?
No.
Yeah, but
so it's
I don't think
What goes up must come down too, right?
Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
the point is that you're going to wake up in the morning, you're going to hear these things.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? It's already doing that.
But that's later
not
guy's
normal?
problem, though. That's later guy's problem.
Yeah, you're right.
I washed my hands and everything.
Future Edgar's problem, right?
Joy Moore?
Yeah, send them over. Come on, guys, finish these up.
Those are the,
Maybe we turn
Those are the
this
death ones.
into like an eating competition, see how many Matt can finish in 5 minutes.
Whoa, yes.
Oh, I like that.
Oh,
Yes.
I think 5 minutes
I like
is too
that.
much time.
Matt
We should
Chestnut?
do like a 45-second deal.
Okay, those are the.
I tried to have them in a row and now I'm not sure.
Those are the wimpy ones because they don't have sauce. The one with the
The-
bread sauce, I think that's
The
near
sauce
death.
ones were really good.
That's the near death.
that's the near death.
But it's, I mean,
I
once
think
you
I
have
already
that,
had
it doesn't
these.
even.
You've had all of them.
Oh, I feel like
Good
there's
point.
razor blades in my mouth.
Excellent point.
I'm having deja vu.
I haven't had any blue cheese because I didn't want to dilute, but I like blue cheese.
Are you a
Then
blue
I'm
cheese
done.
or ranch guy?
Well, blue cheese, big time. If I order a salad and it comes with blue cheese, I'll order extra blue cheese if it's the really good, like tangy blue cheese.
There is a difference between good blue cheese and bad blue cheese.
You guys have Maria's at home? Maria's blue cheese?
I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, I think it's a Buffalo.
Maybe.
The mom likes Rudy's.
Oh, I'm sorry. You have Rudy's?
I eat ranch.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
ranch
think
guy.
every
Yeah.
community may have these specialty food places, and we have Rudy's and Maria's.
Do you know how they make blue cheese? You just
No.
leave ranch out of the refrigerator. When it gets moldy and chunks in it, then you call it blue cheese.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Love it.
Know
Never
that.
knew that. Now you learn something every day,
Glad
guys.
to know that.
Blue cheese is just rotten ranch.
It's kind of how it tastes.
You know, I feel like that came about because some ranch company out there was like, man, this is going bad. Yeah, I'm just going to rename it.
Yeah. What are those chunks? Just tell them it's cheese. They'll never know. But it's like blue and it looks gross. Yeah, they'll like it. I don't know.
It'll be all right.
These are the same people that are buying stuff that's burning their tongues off. They're not going to know the difference.
It's nearly rotten.
It makes you wonder how they find a lot of that stuff,
Come back to your seat.
like cheese by itself. How did that ever get invented? And then that coffee, where they get it after a monkey ate it, crapped it out, and then they brewed it up, and we're like, this is exquisite.
Yeah. You're
Someone
like, who
looked
was
at
the
that and
first
said,
one?
I've got an idea.
Yeah.
Right?
I send it over to the neighbor.
I do think Duff's suicidal sauce is definitely hotter.
All right. Well, now that we have failed at this miserably because no one likes the wings, we're going to have to figure out something in Buffalo with all of our friends in Buffalo and go out to a place and figure out how to record this thing.
I like
Matt,
how
you'll
you
have to
use
fly
your
to
utensils.
Buffalo.
That is very formal.
What's up?
You have to come to Buffalo then.
Yeah. Like a spoon.
I'm not going to eat. When you go out, you eat differently than at home.
Yeah. Well, that's like we go out. It's like you go out to like a fancy restaurant. It's like I really like ribs, but I'm going to embarrass myself if I order the ribs. So
Yeah, you eat ribs in private, don't you?
yeah, exactly.
Come on, keep eating, guys. Let's finish this off.
You know what? I'm pretty charitable, so I'd like to donate these to people, to people in need.
I like that. I like that statement.
Buddy, you hungry? I got some food
Just walk
for
through
you.
walk through the expo hall with the death wings and let's see
Yeah.
what kind of reaction we get. Record that.
Who's going to the banquet tonight? Good? No? Matt?
That's why I look at Allison.
I'm a strong maybe.
Strong man.
Am I?
Yeah.
That's a similar relationship I have with my wife. We were at the DMV and the lady's like, "What's your date of birth?" And I look at my wife and I'm like, "What is it?"
Oh my god.
Oh. See, I got that one down.
Kids.
Oh no. Oh, I'm horrible. I can't remember any of that stuff.
So funny story on birthdays, so I'm an accountant, and so a lot of times I have to call up people, and the big thing that they don't show in a text sheet is your kids' birthdays. So it's very funny when you call people up and saying, hey, I need your kids' birthdays. Some people rattle them off. Some people do, and then you call their spouse, and they're like, yeah, those are all wrong, or they're mixed up. So anyways, I was with my dad, I guess like a year ago on it, and, you know, I'm not sure why he still has this in his wallet, but I asked something about birthdays, because he said something that he knew my daughter's birthday, and I'm like, Dad, I'm not sure that you know my birthday. He's like, yeah, I do. And he pulls out a cheat sheet where it's all of our full names, all of our birthdays on there. I'm like, why are you carrying this around in your wallet, Dad? I'm like, this is so strange. You just need to have a quick reference of this at any given point. But I was at first pretty impressed that he knew all these birthdays. And I was like, wait, you are cheating here. This is not
like
really.
This 30-year-old ratty piece of
Yeah, exactly. I was like, you would think after keeping it well for 30 years, you might actually just memorize it.
Written in cursive.
Yeah, no.
Good thing y'all have a very big family tree.
What?
I said, if y'all had a very big family tree in his back pocket.
Well, I think he just would have to go to a ranking system of like, all right, do we really care about those people's birthdays? You know, let's just go. Well, especially once, you know, anyone here that, you know, has kids or, you know, ultimately has grandkids on it, it's like, well, the kids just get kicked off and then the grandkids go on there. Because once the kids come over, I'm now a second-class citizen.
And made a cheat sheet for all of our social security numbers and birthdays. And kept it in the filing cabinet.
I was about to say, kept it in her purse. Yeah. She kept it in her purse and just put it in with your passports.
Yeah, but I know them all.
Can you give out Tracy's date of birth and social?
I can't give her your social. I mean, that to me, that's something I would not want
Does she
to
get two dates,
remember.
like the birth date?
Yeah.
She was born,
Yeah.
and then the day that you.
You know what we call that in the world of adoption, and we celebrated that for I don't know how many years.
A long time when we were little.
Yeah, airplane day.
So my airplane day is July 28th, which is ironically the same day I adopted my dog. And then Matt is it September 9th?
Yes.
Matt's the
She's
September.
talking about her brother.
Yes.
Very good.
But we
I never knew you guys were even brother and sister. You learn something every day.
Well, I introduced her to everybody as Carm's wife, and it seems to have taken.
Yes.
No, we have this very serious problem, and it started when we got here. Dad, when you introduced me, this is Tracy Capriato, my daughter, and so that's her full title now.
Matt's following, going, oh, it's
Because
his wife. He's embarrassed.
Yeah.
Before we didn't really know it, we started to go to events, and everybody says, "Wow, you see Carm's wife."
She's so young.
And when you guys were like, where is that rumor coming from? Then you're like, ah.
How commonplace that's become now, though. Like, that's just a common thing now. You see.
Yeah, you do. Well.
That's my retirement plan.
I mean, I did that.
I'm gonna find a good-looking old lady and hey.
Oh.
I'll make sure Kennedy gets a copy of this.
She's in it. She's in this. It's both of our retirement
That's an
plans.
skit where meet your future wife, and they bring in the pregnant lady, and it's the unborn child is future wife.
I'm sorry I missed that, but
There's a Saturday Night Live skit where it's a game show where it's meet your future spouse, and it's in this case a guy standing there and let's meet your future wife, and this pregnant lady walks out, and he's like, you know, what? I'm gonna marry this pregnant lady. This is gonna happen really soon. Like, no. It's gonna be like in 16 years after the baby's born.
oh, that's your future wife. Oh, that's too funny. Tracy was born first day of spring, March 20th, coming up.
I was about to say, I was like, if that's a common date, I didn't know.
Yeah, I knew either.
Ah.
I figured it had been like May Day.
But my
Airplane Day?
we celebrated Airplane
All right,
Day
there you go.
all the time. Mom actually would make cakes that looked like an airplane to kind of illustrate Airplane Day and kind of explain it. So
Was it 8, 9, 10 years old? I mean, I don't think we did it.
So they picked you out of a catalog and you flew in, they picked you up, and that was a done deal? That's why it's Airplane Day?
All right,
Basically.
okay. Let's just, if you really want to know the
No,
full
I do
story,
wanna know.
the full story, I did an episode on it.
That's true.
Our adoption story, I called it. And it was a very difficult episode to do. I scripted it, I kind of wrote it, and I didn't want to miss anything. I wanted to run in perfectly chronological order, and at the end, it was really tough. And the people who actually listened to it said, how to get the Kleenex.
Well, maybe the audience is interested in finding out how did you learn about adoption? Wasn't it from something on TV at the time, the news?
Yeah, we couldn't have kids for about 10 years, and and I'm sure there's a lot of infertile couples that can maybe relate to this. And once you get to the point where you've tried everything you possibly could try, you're making love on demand based on temperatures. I mean, it's crazy. It's just, come here, stud, I need you. And it's
like that's mom and dad too.
It's like, I brought this up. I don't know why I did.
Yeah, me either.
Mom, you left your thermometer out again.
But the interesting thing about it, John, it's my story. It's my storybook that goes from here to Matt to Tracy, and there's all this in between. And so Annie goes over to visit her mom at her mom's house, and her mom's watching this TV show, and she says to Ann, "Sit down, don't say anything, watch this TV show." Ann sits down, and it's a local couple on the local PBS channel talking about international adoption. Ann watches it. I come home. She told me what she saw. And 2 days later, we're at this couple's house.
How did you find them without Facebook, though?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Phone books now.
Yellow page.
Oh, those.
You know, truthfully, I do not remember how we found them. But, their names were there, and I looked it up. I looked it up, and they said that they lived in, I think, Newstead or whatever local community. So I looked them up, and I took a flyer and a phone call. And then we were out at their house. Then we found out that other friends of ours that had been not super close, but on the edge of our friend list. And he says, "Do you know the Bigelows?" And we go, "Dave? They live in Lakeview? They just adopted 2 beautiful Korean girls." And it was just, whoa, we were at their house 2 days after that. And the whole thing started. And we really looked at both international and domestic adoption. And I was telling the story, I think, the other night. And I think I tell it in the episode. When you're fingerprinted, FBI searched, social worker comes to your place twice, one unannounced, that you have to get a physical from a doctor, that you have to write an autobiography on yourself that is accepted by the social workers, that you're okay people. You wonder today, why isn't that stuff done? Oh, we had to go to parenting class too. So there was such a vetting process for us to be qualified. There's if you listen to the episode, you'll hear about this incredible moment on the day that Matt was supposed to arrive at Kennedy. Oh, not you, Matt.
Oh,
my Matt.
Because I can't remember that at all.
My Matt.
I was so young, it's hard to recall that.
And the adoption support group that we were with, great. All the little kids that were, that didn't look like the domestic Caucasians, we get them together every month and do. So they said, "Carm, look, on the day that you're arriving from Kennedy, you've already bought your tickets. You have to be there at a certain time. Get on the phone, call the airline, and ask them if your son or your daughter is on that flight." Think about that today. Just think about that today.
The tracking numbers.
Okay, we're talking about 6 years ago now?
How, Mass 36?
Yeah, Mass 36. 36 years ago, right? So I get on the phone. It was TWA. And I said, "I'd like to know if my son," and I gave him his Korean-born name because that's how he came over, is on this flight from Seoul to New York. And she goes, "I can't do that." Imagine today, though. It's even worse. They probably send Homeland Security to my house, right?
You couldn't even get someone on the phone. It would just ring and ring.
You're right. You're truly.
"I'm sorry, we did not hear that. Can you try again? This is not a valid key."
You're absolutely right.
We'll
hon.
see what he gets here.
So it took me to get a little emotional, explain what was going on and why we wanted that information. And she gets back on the phone. This is all in the episode. And she says, "He's not on that flight." And she says, "Let me look." And she says, and she comes back on like 10 minutes later. She goes, "I found him." Instead of going from Seoul to New York, they put him Seoul to Chicago through customs there and into New York. And he's coming in much later that night. So we still got on the plane and went there and hung around Kennedy Airport until he arrived like 10:30. And then you hire yourself a buzz bomber to get back home. And I'll never forget the little buzz bomber that we got home. You came in that night. You were so sick, Tracy. It was just unbelievable.
Maybe that's why I have motion sickness.
Who knows? Because you were tossing it up and just on the ride home, but you were kind of sick when you got home. So maybe that's the whole thing.
Probably the airplane food.
Yeah. So
I think it was
The
the
wings.
wings.
another interesting part, and I'll shut up here in a minute. But in order to get our second child, we of course were told that it's not going to take as long because you've already qualified so far along the line for domestic and international and who you are. You have to do a small update. The Seoul Olympics, and you could absolutely go to Google and say what happened to South Korean adoption during the Seoul Olympics. Just type that in, and you'll see that Brian Gumpel went over there and put his microphone in the face of their government and said, "Why do you send 6,000 kids through international adoption every year?" And so they shut down adoption.
Yeah.
And
Almost like an antique.
so when we found out, when all of us people that were looking for our first or second child heard about this, the whole international adoption parental wannabes all applied, because they said if they ever open it up, 1, 2, 3, you got to get in line. You got to get in line. Well, because of it, and I won't go into the detail of, but very Catholic country, and it's very difficult to have an out of wedlock and still want to be in the graces of the family. They said we would try adoption on our own, and it didn't work. They just couldn't get over the fact that they were asking Koreans to embrace this out of wedlock child into their homes. And there's more to go with it. It's just a very highlight thing. And I don't remember how long into it, this whole crisis, that they opened it up again. But we were hoping that we would have 2.5 years apart, and you guys are 22 months apart, something like that. So when we started the adoption serious project, we got Trace in 9 months.
And originally, didn't you want a girl first? So if that was the case and you went with that, I probably wouldn't be here.
And I
definitely wouldn't be here.
And I don't know if I told this story in our adoption story because it's extremely personal, but I owned a business. We knew we had to go on a dime, be in New York tomorrow. I wanted to figure out how vacations were going to work in the summer of 1987. And when do you see? Tell me where I am on the list. So I called the adoption agency, and they said, Carm, since you want a girl as your first adopted child, you're going to have to wait 3 or 4 more months. But if you'd like a boy, you can have the next boy's docket that comes into the agency Monday morning. This is a Friday. And the whole reason that we wanted a girl is because if it was my son, he would have been the first grandson with the name Capriato in this Italian family with the surname Capriato, Korean. So I thought it would be so that weekend we didn't talk about it. Sunday night, I said some few choice words, as you could only imagine coming from me. And I said, screw it, let's start our family, let's take the boy. That's how it all started. Matt first, Tracy second. We were being selfish. Anyway, I get emotional over that story that I did as a podcast, and it never fails that the next most emotional memory of my life and or of what I do as a podcaster, and I'm getting ready to re-release this episode, is when I really got to be really great friends with Giuliano Zaccato, the Mustang Man. And in episode 172, you know, we're at 900s now, right? Got to meet Giuliano at Apex, heard his story about being the Mustang man and having been a sculptor in the Ford studio and under the secret guise of Ford sculpting and building the Mustang. And he tells the story of, anyway, so I meet him, I said, I want to do an episode with you. And we did one of the first video episodes I ever did. His son set up a camera, and I'm in Buffalo, he's in Detroit. It was a very interesting, very exciting episode. Giuliano and I became incredibly real close friends. Every week we would talk about stuff. This 83-year-old Italian fella who has this incredible dream of life, of wanting to take the Mustang clubs of the Western and go down Route 66 and stop at Lehigh Coca's house if they'd have me. And he wants to do a musical called The Mustang Man for Broadway, and unbelievable things. He had a guy write a song about the Mustang. Off the charts, and he calling with all these ideas, and I says, "Whoa, my brain's getting crazy." So we got to be really good friends. He heads out to a Mustang event in Florida, and he calls me up and he says, "Hey, I'm here. I'm not feeling good. I'm going home." And he would tell me everything he was doing. So he gets home. He calls me 3 or 4 days later, and he says, "I have glioblastoma stage 4." And I was truly, truly upset. But part of what I knew about Giuliano is that after he left Ford, he submitted some proposals to try to continue to do work on vehicles and cars and design. And he submitted a proposal to Chrysler to work on the Crossfire. And he won. And they sent him over to Italy in a castle with a team, and they worked on the Crossfire. They designed the Crossfire. And I wanted to get that episode before he died. I went to Detroit to his house and recorded it. It was really tough. After his 84th birthday, he died. So we're going to re-release it soon. We're not fixing the audio, but we're putting the audio through a whole bunch of different post-operation things that we have, and I'm not sure if we're cleaning up the video, but traces all over this thing. I won the Motor Press Guild Podcast of the Year that year. I submitted it. Me and Ann went to the Peterson Museum in L.A. to get the award. What a cool place to go! If you're into cars, you got to go to the Peterson Museum. You know, the first GT40 is there, and that Ford, of course, made, and then you hear the story behind that they. It was, you know, some of the old. I saw the first electric car. It was from the 20s or whatever, man. You must know how long ago that was. We saw
before the first internal combustion engine one.
Yeah, I know. So many interesting. So it was great. So honored to have that and the friendship of Giuliano. And I mean, you guys are in storytelling. You get that. You know that, and that's so much of what I continue to feel that our job is to get stories told. Even though we're telling a chicken wing story like today, have people have fun. But I didn't mean to drag you guys all into this emotional trap here.
No, not at all. It was great, but I thought it was very interesting. You got very emotional wrestling with, you had this construct in your mind of how things should be, and nobody would fault you at that, right? You probably didn't really tell a whole lot about people about it because you never thought about it that way until you kind of finally give up on the wait. We're not going to wait this long to start our family.
Yeah.
And then when the reality hits of what that really meant, that construct fell apart. Your idea of, you know, quote, right and wrong changed abruptly and 180 degrees. And I think we can learn a lot from that in our businesses and our daily lives, that we walk around with these ideas and these rules that have been developed over decades, or, you know, for all of us in here, decades of maybe a little bit of pre-programming and instinct, but a lot of environmental factors. And being forced out of that to kind of change that egocentric bias, it's really powerful. We can do that at the front counter. We have all these ideas how this process of fixing cars should go, how this process of dealing with our employees or co-workers should go, and trying to step out of that and force a different perspective. You had it forced upon you.
Yeah.
But can we do that to ourselves? I think that's a really powerful lesson.
Yeah. When I think about our stories, we all have them. And I think we fail to think that, Hunt, I know you, but I don't know you, right? Matt, I've heard a lot of your great stories over time, so I know you probably better than I did from many years ago, as you've told incredibly emotional stories on your podcast, and everyone else here. And I always think of this video that's online that you can get, that everyone has a story. It's from Chick-fil-A. And every time I watch it, I really well up, because it goes around the restaurant and it tells you the story behind the person who's there eating or at the counter. It is the best human resource video you'd ever want to show to your people and new employee. Our culture is people. It's us. It's our customers, and they're all coming in with stories that impact the decisions that they make and the life choices in this every day. And there's a lady sitting there eating by herself, and this bubble comes up, and she says, she lost her husband 2 weeks ago, just before their blankety blank anniversary. And you're watching, and we see people around all the time, pushing buggies, buying stuff, and we all have stories, and a couple of ours. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I'll give you what you need to tie this up. In Tech Talks this morning, one of the presenters started us off. His name's Tim Jones. And he has fought through a lot of, we'll just say, a rough childhood and addiction issues, substance use disorder, stuff like that, and to get where he is now. And he credited that to people that he had networked with at this event, at Vision. And so his message before he got into his case study and and I don't want to say the actual education, because that was probably the actual education, is don't for a minute discount the possibility that the person sitting next to you could save your life or change your life.
Right,
And that happens both just in this room, at this event, or through our podcasts, our interviews, our stories. Don't discount that somebody you're listening to or you've met or sat next to could change your life or even save it.
You're right. You're so right. Look them in the eye and smile. My name is Hi. Hey, this, I don't know where we ended up going from this crazy high of suicidal wings to this, but we don't have to publish this. We don't. Anyway, Remarkable Results Wing Fest here, huh?
First annual.
Yeah. Hunt.
It's on.
This is too damn cool. So next time we're out in the public, we send that warning flag up. We're doing wings again, huh? I love it.
Well, now each show kind of has a theme. ASTE or ASTA now is waffles with Isaac.
Oh, right.
So maybe Vision is something with wings.
Yeah, maybe it is.
Gotta
Waffles.
have a jingle there. It's hard to rhyme with vision.
You'll come up with it. Tell her to do it for you.
But
Ellison, I need it.
Allison works on that.
Hey,
She's going to chat GPT.
Yeah.
hey, thanks you all for being here.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Visualize the heat. There we go.